did he have a bad game? No, he didn't have a bad game, but I do think I think there's a point, but I won't go as extreme as this. Yes, you would like to see more touchdowns. And yes, you didn't score enough points, but you can't ask somebody to score 45.
That's true. The only thing I was going to point out, if the defense would have eventually got it together, which they didn't, there were absolutely 2 passes that Dak underthrew that were touchdowns. They were both touchdown passes.
There were 3 touchdowns, too.
But the receiver had to stop up and go back. And then what happened on both of those drives? Field goals. So that cost you 8 points right there. I would have loved to make the argument that, oh, those were game changers. But then when the Saints keep scoring touchdown after touchdown.
There were also 2 passes from Dak that floated a little too long. And
He's still going to lose because of the defense anyway.
There were also 2 passes from Dak that floated a little too long and allowed whose safety or cornerback to get to the spot and absolutely kill the receiver.
One of those was CeeDee Lamb.
And if I'm the receiver, I'm looking at my quarterback going, come on, man, you gotta set me up better than that. Like, you're this far into your career, you can't have that happening to me. And Kevin, on the front of Dak, he's responsible for this offense. From what we understand, at some point last season, he told Mike McCarthy, I don't want you calling the plays anymore. Let me do this. Throughout the entire game, Tom Brady pointed out how great of a field general he is at the line, changing things, pointing here, getting everything set up. So if he's the one that's in control of the offense, he has to take some of the blame for how the offense looked if he's calling a play and it's going for 3 yards on a run to the right.
If you're a new listener, thank you for listening, because Corey, I'm just going to expand on what you're saying here. I am not a Dak fan. I'm not a Dak hater. I think he's a good quarterback. Okay, I think where most of us think he's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. Now, I did get to watch some of the Kansas City game as the Ranger game ended in Seattle. It was on a television. We're waiting for the bus to go to the airport and everything. I'm getting to watch quite a bit of that. Mahomes and Dak should never be put in the same category. They're not close to the same quarterback. But watching that game, Mahomes didn't have his best game of the year.
Yep.
Mahomes struggled at times. That was a battle. His teammates on defense picked him up. They made some big-time plays. They got a fumble from Burrow. They returned it for a touchdown. That counts as 7 points for you. It's weird, but at the end, it counts for 7 points for your offense. When it says, how many points does your offense score per game? That counts as your offense scored a touchdown there. It's a weird stat, but that's just the way they count it. So Dak didn't have a great game yesterday. He's a good quarterback. I agree with somewhat of the standard of he doesn't elevate you to a level you need to be at, like the way Patrick Mahomes can in playoff games, and we've seen him do that. But yesterday, Patrick Mahomes, in a weird way, a similar game to Dak, but his defense stepped up and was able to create turnovers and slow down Joe Burrow. And the Cowboys, if Dak isn't having his best game against another team that has some offensive weapons and stuff, at times it seems like the Cowboys struggle to help out Dak if he's only leading you to field goals.
And another thing, because this seems to be another thing that's popping up, I completely agree that I think Micah Parsons was blatantly held on that Saints second touchdown. Like, I thought it was blatant. And then there
was a blatant face mask.
How's it, Rupi? How's it going?
I jobbed on those calls for sure. But I'm going to say multiple things can be true. I thought they got jobbed on a couple of calls that I don't know how that would have impacted the game. If you can go back and say, and Mike would have got the quarterback, maybe he would have forced a fumble. Like, there's a lot of things. I have no idea. But I think that's fair. I think Dak having some struggle throws is fair. And I think the defense being just terrible most of the day. I think all of those things can be fair things that you said.
When you read the helmet thing, it said,
of course.
I thought he was just saying that he was as inhuman as you can get. Like, he was the most human. Because he didn't look like if I am an NFL quarterback, he looks like a very human football player out there. Man, I will
what, 10 and 2 hand on the wheel?
Yes,
I'll keep my hands on the wheel. Keep my eyes on the road.
If I'm going to take the pie and say, where is the blame?
What part of Texas I'm from? I'm up near North Texas. I'm in North Texas. I'm near Fort Worth. Right between Dallas and Fort Worth. Where you located at, Hoss?
They looked like they didn't work all week on stopping this type of the season because that running scheme, that offense right now is good enough to go along with a very tough defense.
Stockholm, Sweden. And that sounds nice. I love to visit there. You ever been to Texas?
Corey brought this up. You had 2 Cowboys games, 2 blowouts. So which team do you think the Cowboys actually are closer to being? Let's talk about it next right here on The Fan.
You've made us #1 in DFW.
Joe, what to say?
Thank you for laughing and enjoying some quality sports conversations on The Fan's KNC Masterpiece. Always on the Odyssey app, presented by Comerica. America's favorite car show is
What part?
DFW's biggest hot rod event this fall. It's that good guy.
Houston, okay. Down south. I'm about 3.5 hours from Houston. 45-minute plane flight, but 3-hour drive. It's a very crowded place. I don't like the roads out there, and the people drive crazy.
You've heard me talk about GetMeTheVin.com for years, but wait till you hear what our customers said about GetMeTheVin.com buyer Mike.
Excellent experience with the company. Mike was my point man, and he made everything as smooth as possible. Even though I hit a few snags on my end, he was patient, and we made a deal. It was hassle-free, and I would not hesitate to sell another car to GetMeTheVin.com. We can't sell your car.
I was when I was a kid. What's up, Anna? Where you coming from today? Oh, I appreciate the hearts. Well, I like hearts. Hearts are good. Oh my.
USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable. It's a Cowboys Monday. Brought to you
Where you from, Anna? Is it Anna?
Waterproofing on 105.
Anna. I think it's Anna. Anna. Zarentelli. It's Italian. Is that Italian?
Palmer's Hot Chicken, Catfish, and Shrimp in the Lakewood area, Mockingbird and Abrams in Hillside Village. Open 7 days a week with catering and live music. Palmer's Hot Chicken, Catfish, and Shrimp.
Plan your dinner at Whole Foods Market. Get no antibiotics ever. Organic Churchill boneless skinless chicken breast for 20% off with Prime through September 17th. Go for spicy stir fry or crispy chicken bar. While supplies last, shop in store or online. Terms apply.
Did you know that 1 in 10 couples are affected by CD? Talking to your technician about comfort dysfunction isn't easy, but it's definitely a conversation worth having. 40,000 customers have had their CD talk with Reliant Air Conditioning. When you're ready for yours, visit ReliantAirConditioning.com for helpful conversation starters. And learn how a new carrier Infinity system from Reliant can help.
Do not call Reliant if you wish when getting ripped off. This may cause an unsafe rise in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess with Reliant, as this may increase your chances of heart and certified technician.
The most common side effects of calling Reliant include quality service, saving up to 56% on your utility bills, and a very satisfying life. Before calling Reliant, ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for extreme comfort.
For dysfunction lasting more than 4 hours, seek immediate relief by calling Reliant Air Conditioning at 877-HERO. That's 877-HERO. Or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Coaches, players, GMs, you know, famous Dolphins are the biggest names in football. Thanks to Ciroc Vodka, we're replaying their thoughts all week long. Cheers from Ciroc, made from French grapes, made for football. Please drink responsibly.
What if I told you that there was a single management software that could handle your CRM, accounting, manufacturing, marketing, inventory, sales, and everything in between for a fraction of the cost of the dozens of disconnected platforms most companies rely on to manage their business?
I thought it would be starting in 30 minutes, so I'll be there just in time. I'll just do that after the fact. Yeah, I heard about it before. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that and get the hell out of there. But I'll see them again tomorrow. stuck in the library for the next 5 hours.
The experts at OT Center, they have
Paperwork done.
experience helping Tolos achieve life-changing results with testosterone therapy or TRT. And for established patients, they offer the convenience of physician-monitored at-home TRT with advanced personalized plans that include both lab testing and self-inject medication. So go to OTcentric.com now. Book your appointment online. OT Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This segment of the Fan is brought to you by Myers Barricades.
Myers Barricades is a full-service traffic control provider taking care of your project from the evaluation and planning to setting up, maintaining, and taking down the equipment when the project is complete. The Texas Authority and Barricade Rental, MyersBarricades.com.
This segment of the KNC Masterpiece is brought to you by Course for Kids. Donate today at CourseForKids.org. It's brought to you by
Toysforkids.org. I missed my turn. I feel like I missed my turn. No, I'm coming in there right now. Okay, let us see right here. After this other this is going.
Worked against the Saints, and they lose 44 to
This is
19.
my turn.
Consolation was a score now.
Carl,
It's no consolation.
Okay, tiny iota of a consolation.
If you're a fan of Scorigami,
I am.
Scorigami.
I mean, I'm not
you're a
okay with
Cowboys
it.
fan, you're still
No, I'm
nauseous.
not okay with it. I'm
sick,
just like a tiny bit. That's not.
furious.
It's one game, it's a long season, the longest season of all sports.
Mike, no, he's right. No, I think you're right about that. Like it is game 2 of this season. Not the longest season in sport. It's game 2 of this season, and you have a win and a loss.
Yes.
The season isn't over based on that. Like that's a reality. And I know somebody, oh, there goes Homer Corey. No, that's just the reality of football. Like you, every week you have a new opportunity to change it. But more than anything, you have to change your identity of preparation, your identity of physicality, your identity of what your mentality is when you go up against any opponent. You don't take them lightly by any means. You go in there and you stick it to them. The Cowboys aren't the stickers, though. The Cowboys are the ones that get stuck. That's just over the last, 5 years now, it's felt like any time they've gone up and against an opponent that's better, their identity is to just ball up and say, we're done for the day. We don't have an answer for you. And I don't like that part of it. So yes, there is plenty of time in this season, and even Kevin, plenty of time to still go 4-1 in the first 5 games this over this
First
stretch.
month.
Looks significantly tougher, but you're right.
But if you show up with that kind of game plan and
Attitude?
effort, I don't even want to call it effort. It didn't feel like effort. If you show up that way again, you're going to be out easy.
This, and I'm not disagreeing with this at all, but this just makes no sense to me as a strategy. From the 6-8-2, the defense had no idea how to deal with the motion before the snap. If there was motion, the defense lost their assignment.
It's a hair in there.
If that's the case,
Feel it.
that is a shocking indictment of Mike Zimmer, because we talked all week about how much they had upped their not only play action but their pre-snap motion. We talked about that again and again and again, and we're not on the team or in the league. So if we're able to notice that straight away, point it out, surely the defensive coordinator who's been in the NFL and has forgotten more about football than I'll ever know is all over this. But it did seem like that defense was completely lost at
It
times.
is another thing to add to it is new coordinator with team that you're like, okay, we kind of know the skill set of some of these players. What is the skill set of this coordinator? How are they going to fit? The film was one game against the Panthers. That's what you had to work off of. Other thing going back, hell, maybe Mike Zimmer should have done a little bit better considering that guy was on his team as a coordinator for him at one point. Maybe he should have known a little bit better, but that a little more growing and teaching your team throughout this season will be very helpful. But I don't think you have on the defensive line, I still don't think you have the body, the mentality, the ability to stop something like that.
Now, I don't think you're going to like either one of these texts, but I'm going to try to give you something that's nice. From the 214, at least something good came up yesterday. I used the Tolo Prize Picks code, bet $20 and won $500.
Lucky job,
There's the
well,
682. I was
I
at
won't
the
be here
game,
very
thanks
long
to
at
Bill's
all.
ticket giveaway, but there was no home field advantage. How the hell does that happen?
Hey,
And like, I don't know.
hey,
if any
subscribe,
of it
come back,
compares
check
to
me
a-
out. Probably
I
about,
hope Sean and RJ asked Gary.
I don't know, just subscribe. Whenever I pop on, you pop in. All right. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Peace.
Particularly bothered.
He's said many times.